Hey everyone, welcome to our first PSU stream for our team Total Party Kill in Division 6. I'm Hypnova. I am going to be commentating along with PSU Lord Wallace.
Hello, hello.
And
hope this mic works for the whole time.
I'm sure it will. So we are going to be seeing our first Total Party Kill match against Bentley Sea Strikers. They're in Division 6 Group 1 for CCA. Now, Bentley Sea Strikers, they are the #1 seed. And when they played in Circuit in the fall, they were kind of near the bottom of Div 4, if I remember correctly. And I don't believe they have any subs. As for Total Party Kill, who will be nicknaming TPK for the majority of the stream, they are a brand new team. There are some players that we may have seen before, like Kev, who I believe was on Blue during Circuit. And I believe Bubblewrap was on Fish to the 4th. Memory serves correct as well. So yeah, so players we've seen before, but overall brand new team. So we don't fully know what to expect from them, but this is their first match. So we'll see kind of what their initial strengths are, and it can give us a good groundwork for where they can improve, what we can expect from them for the rest of the season. Such. What are your thoughts, Wallace?
Well, I'd say the first one is to expect the unexpected. Is we haven't seen much of TPK, so they're allowed to surprise us with some weird weapons. You never know what they're to pull out. Like in the Splatoon, like in the Penn State Splatoon Discord server, like half their players were asking around, like literally yesterday, like, hey, what weapon should I play? So, in a sense, I'm curious to see what they'll decide on, like what they're going to settle on.
Right, they are a brand new team, so it is possible they are still figuring some things out. Maybe this
on one player to get water.
I mean, as they say, hydrate or dihydrate.
Well, you can't play Splatoon if you're dead.
That is true.
And it would appear the first mode is Splat Zone's Ramen.
Yeah, we played this. We've already done this map list in our own set from yesterday, which, by the way, if you haven't seen that stream, you should go watch it. Yeah, so I personally really like this map mode. The key here is you want to be able to push up into their kind of, I like to call it elbow area, lock them out, they can't get to the zone. Once you're in that area, it makes it really difficult for the other team to approach, but that's also something that you need to keep an eye on when you're on the defensive, because you don't want to be in that locked out position.
I like this map is that it feels like about any weapon can be played here. The snipe is a very nice position for long-range weapons to paint over the whole zone. And the little lips in front of the zone make it easy for shorter-range sharking weapons to get in and get picks.
Right, and it looks like we are getting started here.
I guess first thing to mention is that out of all of TPK, Ritza is very much going to be running the Rakdos Splat Roller, her main weapon.
Oh yeah, she loves the crack-on roller. And
Kraken mean.
Speaking of Ritza specifically, I have noticed her crack-on roller improving over the course of the past few months. Like when we have club events, sometimes we'll play with her.
That is certainly true. Like the first few club events, she was very much dead weight to whatever team she was placed on. Though now she actually does carry her own weight somewhat.
Yeah.
It's exciting to see a very new player like Ritza going into the competitive scene, like probably less than a year after picking up Splatoon for the first time.
It is very impressive, and I hope that she's able to, improve more. Hope she enjoys the season with her team, because we would like to see her come back. As for the other team members, I would imagine Kev would probably play Vanilla Jet Squelcher.
Okay, and it begins.
That's his weapons. Oh.
So let's see what we're gonna have.
Like matches starting.
Oh man, what here we have?
Seeing a Dreadringer and a custom jet.
Oh man, what here we have? Jet Squelcher versus Jet Squelcher. C-Jet versus C-Jet.
We're seeing T-Techs on both sides. Yeah, the C-Jet versus the V-Jet. And we have a Dreadringer D. I believe that's the one with the Wave Breaker.
Wave Breaker beacons. That's not what you see very often.
Interesting that that they didn't pick the Reef Slider kit.
Yeah, it's flat zone. You want the slider to, cap zone easily.
Yeah.
Look, your TPK's pushing up on the back right now.
Yep.
They're taking their elbow.
Back on the side of Kev, it looks like they're able to get an early cap and lead here, although it looks like they're about to lose the zone as they go 2 down.
The whip here that Zuka went off a few seconds ago was deadly for TPK. They're already 2 down. They're back in now.
Although Bentley is very slow to move. Although Bentley isn't pushing up into the elbow, this might give TPK a chance to regroup and push up, as it looks like they're trying to do with Kev's vac and the strikes. Coming out.
Whip here, that push. Bentley's down to one person. They jump out.
The shot. They jump out, and it looks like TPK is able to.
Might be able to lock out here, do some real damage to Bentley.
They are attempting to lock out here. As you said, the shot watching the bottom right, although it looks like they're being pushed back, just able to get the lead. They're chasing down this Dreadringer. Looks like they're about to lose the zone.
Pause the zone.
2 down.
And now TPK is locked in vac. And Bentley manages to cap the zone. Yeah,
Bentley's able to take back the zone here. It looks like TPK is... they're all respawning right now.
Is doing a flanking maneuver of his Viper.
Jolts holding his own in the spot right here, being able to distract enough for his teammates to come back in and retake the zone.
It should be mentioned that Jolts is a Styx player, which is quite rare in this Platoon community.
I was wondering how long it would take for you to mention the Styx player.
He is the one Styx player at Penn State's Platoon Club.
Well, Hammer comes out from Jolts, able to find one.
He's making it work, so good on him.
Yeah. Like, they are holding this lockout pretty well, although it looks like they're getting pushed back as they go 2 down. Trying to work against this rain here.
Wave Breaker and rain inside the zone. They can't manage.
Looks like a delayed wipe.
And are now pushing it up.
Bentley not moving up despite having numbers advantage. I think that's going to be an issue on the side of Bentley, as they aren't going to be able to keep the zones for long. Strikes coming out, able to find one with the Zuka. Oh, commentators first, they're able to keep the zone there.
These are newer teams. We can't be holding them to our higher division standards.
Well, Bentley's experience, TPK is new.
A lot of learning to do.
Looks like TPK is able to take the zone back. Oh, the only one left is the shot, who is getting... Kev's really trying to hit them with those markers there.
I need some deja vu here.
Not the deja vu. Zuka coming out, able to hold the zone here. TPK trying to find an opportunity to push up. 2 down on the side of Bentley. Now would be a good time to push up. Although, a shot backing up side of Bentley.
What period has a vac in the elbow, which allows them to push in
to
Bentley's
down
base
on the side
and walk out for a win.
That's a knockout on the side of TPK. Where even despite them going 3 down in the end. Yeah.
I believe you, Bentley, is a top seed in their division, and TPK is towards the middle. So the underdog manages to secure a full knockout in their first match of competitive.
Not just in the middle. TPK is seated last in their group.
Damn.
So that is a pretty major upset. Yeah. Bentley's gonna need to figure out how to, counter TPK in the next couple matches. I think their critical error there was they weren't pushing up when they should have. There were opportunities where TPK was down 1, down 2, and they just they weren't pushing up, they weren't getting that knockout, but versus TPK, when Bentley went down 2...
I would say that Bentley just lacks a lot of aggression in their comp, because, they two of their specials are Rain and Wave Breaker, which aren't really that great for pushing in.
But they had 2 shots. They had a V-shot and a T-Tech. They could have used, Zuka and Strikes to push up, especially because TPK did not have Zuka. They had Strikes, not Zuka. So, I think they had the aggression, they just weren't pushing up when they should have, and I think that was their critical error. And it looks like, as we get into this next match, tower control on Humpback, looks like they're subbing, I believe, Jolts for Amia on the side of TPK. Now, Amia, interesting player. They are still trying to figure out what weapon they want to play. I mean, I've been trying to help them a little bit. I've been suggesting stuff like Tri-Slosher, which, please play Tri-Slosher on this map.
Tri-Slosher on this map will be a very interesting weapon, as Tri-Slosher is very dominant here of all the rough terrain, as you're able to shoot over all the various walls here and get unique picks.
Yeah, there's a lot of changing elevation on this map, so I feel like Tri-Slosher is a must-play, especially on tower control, because if you stand in mid and just slosh, over the edge, you can hit the tower and, keep it pretty safe. And also over the ledges out of spawn, it's taking advantage of that fall-off damage, because Tri-Slosher has a pretty wide attack going over the edge there. So...
the wide attack makes it a very easy weapon to pick up early on, because Tri-Slosher is infamously the zero aim weapon.
I mean, as someone who used to play it, I can't really argue with that. But yeah, I think having Tri-Slosher specifically, I would like to see Tri-Nouveau, just because, I mean, maybe a little bit of personal bias, but also just because I think having a Tacticooler can help with aggression, though you can't go wrong with the vanilla tri-kit as well.
I guess also, it should be mentioned that, communication error.
It looks like there was a comm error.
Less than 1 second into the match.
Not even, the match hadn't even started yet. Is that a host DC, or was that just a streamer DC? It looks like it might have been a host DC.
So it should also be mentioned that prior to joining TPK, Amia was a backline player. Though I guess Kev, as PSU Blues backline player, has kind of taken their role away from them. So Amia's been left stranded, looking for a new weapon to play.
Yeah, it looks like Amia is going to play Tri-Slosher. Very big fan of Soda.
Look, the Tacticooler is a meta special for a reason. Allows you to take so many more fights, gives you that mobility to go in and push the enemy team and avoid their attacks.
Yeah, but you do have to be careful to not rely on it, though, because if you, say, only play with Tri-Slosher, or not Tri-Slosher, Soda, you could develop, bad habits of feeding and such, because you don't get punished as much for making overly aggressive plays as you would if you didn't. So yes, having Cooler is nice. You don't want to fully rely on it, though.
I guess as someone who is more of a midline player, I very much like Cooler because it gives me even more mobility, because I'm the mini Splatling that goes all in on run speed. It gets even more run speed, goes burr.
Why are you running?
Look, the bombs are scary, I need to run away from getting bombed.
The bombs are scary.
Yeah, Splatoon's a scary game. Have you seen those squids? They mess you up in real life.
Chat, is Splatoon a horror game? Honestly, if you look at the lore, you could argue that.
Have you seen Mr. Grizz? That guy is terrifying.
Oh my god.
Big guy.
Big bear.
And
Alright.
it would appear that everyone's back inside the room.
Yep.
Whipper TBK is ready up pretty quick, but the Alpha team, Bentley, is taking their sweet time. Maybe they're going to change up their comp a bit.
Yeah, well, I mean, TPK is fairly set in their weapon choices. You know, we have Ritza playing Crack on Roller. Kev, I would imagine, would probably play Jet again. Bubblewrap on Octo Shot.
No, given. Jet is Vacuum.
And
Vacuum
Amia is on Tri Nouveau. If they are not, I will be very sad.
Oh, another calm error.
Oh no. Another host.
The match isn't starting. Calm errors.
The game really doesn't want these guys to play on comeback.
I remember, like, you, Bentley, insisted on hosting this room, but the host keeps having calm errors.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe
Nikki, there's a DC, if you're listening.
Oops.
This is the famous quality of the great Nintendo Switch Online service. $20 of money per year in order to get DCs.
Yep.
And what appears that the host's been changed. So hopefully there will be no more constant calm errors.
Yeah, having someone else host the room.
is now hosting the room.
Honestly, the funny thing is that PSU's internet connection tends to be fairly stable when it comes to like hosting rooms. Like, I remember there was a point where I started hosting all of the rooms.
PSU internet is stable. It's just slow.
Yeah, and I mean, maybe it's better to have a stable connection than one that causes disconnections more often than not.
Up here, and Nikki is spamming money into the jukebox machine.
I think Nikki should go gambling. I think Nikki should go gambling in the shell-out machine.
Look, you all go gambling.
Buckets.
I know many places you could do it.
I just noticed someone's name is Buckets. The Amia versus Buckets try Slosher 1v1. Make it happen, please.
Buckets. That's a funny name. I wonder if we'll see another Jet Squelcher 1v1 Jet Squelcher off, you know?
Yeah, we didn't. I don't think we got to see the Jet Squelcher 1v1 on.
Yeah, they were playing too far back.
Yeah.
I want to see the Jet Squelchers back.
Maybe we'll see it here.
1v1.
The Tri-Slosher 1v1 and the Jet Squelcher 1v1. Make it happen, guys.
We had T-Tech and Jet Squelcher last game. This game, T-Tech, Jet Squelcher, and Tri-Slosher.
And I am wondering if Bentley will pull out the double shot again. Because if I tend to be a little forgetful, but they had a V-Shot and a T-Tech. Plus a custom jet. I would imagine they would probably swap that out for a V-Jet if they want to stick with Jet Squelcher. As for their fourth weapon, I'm spacing out on what exactly it was.
It was Dreadringer D.
Dreadringer, right. Maybe that was Buckets.
Dreadringer D working here.
It is a bucket, though personally I think Try would be a good...
Oh
my
again.
god.
Re-hosting did nothing.
Will we ever get the second match done? Oh man.
It's another host error, it would seem.
Yeah.
So switching to the host from Bentley to Penn State did nothing to fix the column errors.
It did not help. Yeah. It is unfortunate that they keep having these technical issues. In the meantime, let's see.
I guess.
What do you?
Right now, I'm eating lunch, you know? Or I was.
You're eating?
Yeah. You know, I was hungry.
Right.
I was grinding at my homework. That's where she hosts
Gotcha.
Amia now. This
Yeah,
camp cannot be
we'll see
trusted. So, I guess. I guess if I may, Nova, what is your favorite map of this map list?
I mean, I personally like. I mean, I might get hate for this. I like splat zones. So I will. So I think my personal favorite. I like ship-shaped zones. I like ramen zones as well. Manta Rainmaker is fun too. The only map I'd say that I wish wasn't here is Hammerhead. Why is it here?
Look, the E-leader mains need their time in the sun, you know?
The E-leader main's going crazy.
Yeah.
Although
I
don't
Zones is
think
my personal favorite of the ranked modes.
I don't think anyone here, at least that we've seen so far, would play a leader. I mean, we haven't seen a leader on the side of Sea Strikers.
Pretty sure Kev plays Pencil, though. He probably could switch over to leader if he wanted to.
Yeah, but Penn's probably not, because they play very differently. Leader is more about putting pressure on the other team and getting picks, versus Pencil is more of a paint bot to get coolers out.
Well,
there is a difference there.
At the end of the day, they are both backlines, and the fundamentals of hitting your shots are very similar. I guess the way I always play Pencil is I get kills and paint on the side.
I mean, there is a difference between backline weapons. There's a different if you were to play, say, a backline splatling, it would play differently compared to a leader or a charger, just because they're different weapons. They require different skills to play well. For instance, with the chargers, you probably need to work on your aim a bit more. But with splatlings, it might be more managing your ink. Okay, let's see. Will the game actually start this time?
Oh, it's starting. It flashed white. Oh, we see their team. Jets.
Okay.
Similar team to last time.
Almost exactly the same, except instead of the V-shot, they have a zap. And no Tri-Slosher on the side of TPK. I'm disappointed.
TPK has a 52 gal. You love that weapon, Nova.
Yeah, I do, except when the shot deviation gets in the way.
Ritza's not running crack on roller.
You are right, they are running the vanilla roller, I'm guessing, because Bubble is pretty good on tower control.
That it is. Putting the bubble on the tower gets 3 points, or if you manage to get into enemy space, it's very nice for holding your position.
Right. Looks like Bentley is getting an is controlling mid. I say that as soon as TPK starts the first push. It looks like the 52 playing very aggressively here, trying to push into their base, isn't able to do so. Zap getting caught out alone. That's a huge loss on the side of TPK. It looks like that push is going to be stopped here. Roller finding
very
one.
Very good for a first push, all the way to the second checkpoint.
That is a good first push, although they are going to be losing mid here.
Oh, that's a jump.
The jump in, that is that is an unfortunate jump in.
That would be
feeling.
Even with the numbers advantage, Bentley just isn't putting paint down in mid. Look how purple mid is. TPK is pushed back, but there's still so much purple paint in mid.
Well, not anymore. It looks like it's pretty yellow now.
It is now. Like a few seconds ago, it was very purple.
I think more so on the side of Bentley, they should work more on. It's just that they aren't fast enough when they're pushing up when they have a numbers advantage, as you can see, because now they are losing control of mid. They go 2 down.
They were numbers up.
The shot goes down to the 52.
Bentley is just lacking in the aggression.
Yeah, they just aren't playing. They just aren't playing as aggressively as they should. The 52 trying to go in alone goes down to the zap. Bentley has soda. They were going to use this opportunity to try and push up, or at least they should.
You said they should be pushing up, but alas, they're always close to the tower.
But no,
they aren't pushing into the enemy base.
Right. Although it looks like they are trying to, the zap. Trying to make something happen. It looks like they are making that push happen.
They push in the base, but then they jump back down.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure why. The zap should probably be, getting cooler. It looks like Bentley's able to take the lead. TPK trying to scramble to stop this push from happening, because if they're able to get past this third checkpoint, it's not good.
TPK's base.
They go down to...
Ooh, TPK is down to just Ritza. And the tower's...
3 down on this... 3 down on the side of TPK. The shot being in the enemy base. Look, this isn't looking good for TPK. They have to make this... They're gonna have to stop this push, putting the shot back. Kev trying to make something happen on the tower, and they're able to stop that push right before they get that third checkpoint.
But then Bentley gets right back on the tower.
3 down on the side of Bentley. TPK needs to use his opportunity to try and regain control of mid. They have a lot of...
Oh, they're sitting on the tower.
They have a lot of work ahead of them if they want to be able to retake the lead here with only a minute 30 left.
For those who are not aware, in tower control, if the tower's on your side of the map, you need to hop on the tower once and hop off.
They had 3 people on the tower. You normally don't want to have more than 1 person on the tower, though it seems to be working as Kev is able to use that vac to keep this push going. He goes down, 2 down on the side of Bentley, though. They're going to try and keep this push going. All they need to do is break through this third checkpoint. All 3 of them going on the tower.
They broke checkpoint.
2 down. They broke the checkpoint, but they all go down.
It be a knockout.
It is not a knockout. Now Bentley's going to have 1 more chance to try and get the lead back here.
Still a nice lead for TPK.
It's a huge lead. Although it's not a very large one. They're going to have to make something happen here.
So, Bentley has to push the tower all the way into TPK's base. Which is a daunting task with only 30 seconds left on the clock.
That is true, and it looks like they're losing the tower. 2 down on the side of TPK. Now is their chance to try and push up and take more space, although it looks like TPK flanking into mid. Oh, there's 2 people fighting them. If the shot's goal was to be... If the shot's goal was to be a distraction, they did a fantastic job there.
Ooh, Bentley gets on the tower.
Looks like we got overtime. They messed up their GG strikes there.
And TPK jumps on the tower to end the match.
It looks like literally everyone was on the tower there. And I guess the last one to go down was on TPK, so that would be 2nd game going to TPK.
From the newer competitive teams, they are clearly not as experienced as the higher level teams, and there are many, how should I phrase this?
Yeah, for a brand new team going up against a #1 seed, they're holding their own very well.
I am very impressed with TPK, though I'm pretty sure you mentioned it. They are all bunched up on the tower. Generally that's not a good strategy because you want your team to be out. Taking space, inking turf, getting picks.
Although I think their biggest strength here and what's been getting them these wins is that they know when to push up. They know that you need a numbers advantage, and they know that you need to, take space, win those fights. And Bentley just is not as quick with their movement, and I think that's their the biggest downfall here.
I'm just hearing now that apparently Ritza was lagging like crazy that entire last game.
Oh no. Well, I mean, there have been Wi-Fi issues up to this point, so it's not entirely surprising.
Yeah, we had like the 3 DCs in a row.
Alright.
Time to go find
Yeah, it looks like there were definitely some lag during that game. Now we're going into Rainmaker Scorch. No.
Rainmaker Scorch.
I like this map mode. Although it can get very snowbally once you get past that first checkpoint.
Very controversial opinion there, Nova.
Why do you not like it?
Not a lot of people like Scorch Gorge. Not a very popular map.
Well, it's fairly competitively. It's used competitively for Rainmaker and Clam Blitz. I've seen Clam Blitz a lot. I believe both of those are also in the CCA map pool, so maybe we'll be seeing some Scorch Clams later on this season. I think it's Scorch Zones that people don't like.
Given, but both these teams seem to be having very low object damage weapons, is something I've noticed.
Right. So it is possible that, I think maybe Bentley might have a better chance of getting the first pop here. It looks like Jolts has been swapped back in exchange for Ritza.
Ritza was having internet problems, and Jolts plays Wiper. Wiper has a pretty good object.
That is true. Wiper is pretty good.
Playing field a bit.
Wiper is pretty good on this map, although that's not a guarantee that they will play them.
What are we gonna see?
Guess we're about to find out as we go into our game 3 here.
Hydra.
PK up 2-1. Hydra Splatling.
And there's the Wiper.
Yep, you were right. Just noticing Amia with the
NZAP.
The scary mask. I love their gear set.
And Whipper Bentley's getting the pop, as you said.
Playing a very aggressive zap here, goes down to the Hydra. TPK is going to need to deal with this Hydra if they want to make anything happen.
Especially at lower levels, Hydra is very oppressive. It has crazy range and damage.
It is. It looks like they're able to whale them out of position. TPK going 2 down. Now would be Bentley's chance to make a push happen here. But they don't grab the Rainmaker.
Other than that whale. So they're having a lot of trouble with this here Hydra Splatling.
Instead they go for a trade on the vac. Bentley grabbing the Rainmaker here, throwing strikes. This may be a first checkpoint here. Zap going down.
I guess, as I was saying, TBK only has one displacement special to get rid of that Hydra. They're in a lot of trouble here against that Hydra Splatling.
That is true, especially since Kev can't.
Yeah.
Unless Kev is able to hit them with their vac. They are able to get. They are trying to get the fish out of here, although I think this might be. It might be a bit difficult. 2 down on the side of Bentley. Now would be a good chance for them to try and push up and take space, although they go 3 down.
It's just the Wiper. Ooh, but yeah, nice pick there.
Wiper able to hold them back while the team comes back in.
Shredding that Rainmaker.
Yeah. Able to get that pop.
It looks like the Wiper has their Ultra Stamp charged up.
Hydra playing very aggressively here. Looks like TPK is able to take back mid. Whale and Hammer coming out. Now it seems like they're trying to make a push happen. 2 down on the side of Bentley. 3 down. That's going to be. That is going. But the Rainmaker goes down.
TPK.
They aren't able. They weren't able to get that checkpoint there.
The Hydra manages to blunt that entire push almost single-handedly. That is a devastating loss for TPK.
Yeah, that Hydra. Like I said before, if they want to make something happen, they need to get that Hydra out of that spot. Looks like Bentley opting to let the Rainmaker reset. Though it looks like TPK is doing a good job of holding them back on their side of mid. 1 2 down on the side of TPK. Bentley, push up! Oh, never mind.
And there goes the whales. But the problem is, they're not aiming at the Hydra. They're aiming at the bucket.
Bentley should have pushed up there. But yeah,
Bentley has a soda.
TPK is definitely getting hard shut down by this Hydra. They just don't have the range and displacement to really deal with it.
Bentley has soda. They have the potential for a deadly push right now.
They do have soda and they have a numbers advantage, yet they are using this opportunity to push up, although it looks like they go down on the side of Bentley.
The problem is they waited too long and TPK was able to respawn and get back in with neutral numbers. And
that was probably their quickest push. That was probably the quickest they were able to pick up the Rainmaker this game. But I think,
TPK is
2 down.
For a dunk
Oh,
here.
it's just the Rainmaker. Oh, but they're able to hold it off. Oh no, don't go for the checkpoint. Don't go for the checkpoint. Oh my
Double
god.
Double heal on the Rainmaker.
Oh my god.
It's a triple.
Triple
so
with the Rainmaker just barely misses it. Sonic, you have some competition. Wipe out on the side of TPK. That is not going to be good if Bentley can get all the way over. Looks like they're going to probably be able to get past this checkpoint.
For the first time ever.
Oh, but it looks like they're getting... Well, not the first time. Yep, the snowball's begun.
Yep. Because Bentley is now past the first checkpoint.
They're able to hold it back. Oh, but TPK goes down 2. Up the shot, or the 52. Trying to make something happen, but they go down to the shot. Numbers even. Looks like Bentley opting to back up. They have a lead, and they have control of mid, so they don't necessarily need to have more points. All they have to do at this point is just prevent that Rainmaker from getting into their base. As long as that Hydra's there, that'll be very difficult for TPK to pull off.
Bentley just needs one kill on the Rainmaker.
Especially with the strikes coming out. Oh, but they go 2 down on the side of TPK. Zuka coming out. The fish is in a very bad spot right now. With 30 seconds to make something happen. The Hydra still there, as oppressive as ever. Oh, but the flank from behind.
And that is a win for you, Bentley.
That is a win. That is the first win for Bentley, taking this set to a 2-1.
The Hydra Splatling was key for Bentley's victory here. TPK just lacked the tools to deal with that long-range pressure.
It definitely was, because while they were still a little slow in some parts, it looks like there were a couple instances, especially later on in the game, where they were able to utilize their numbers advantage and the fact that they had a Hydra that could outrange everyone on TPK. And TPK just did not have the displacement to get rid of that Hydra, so it was a thorn in their side the entire game.
Hydra Splatling is often seen as a lower tier weapon, but when you're in a lower rank of Splatoon, as a competitive Splatoon, that doesn't really matter as much. Mechanics are more important at this level. And Hydra Splatling is just super oppressive at a lower level.
Well, at lower levels, lower divisions, you do see a lot of different weapons. I don't think the issue is Hydra itself. I think it's more TPK just was not able to displace the Hydra. I believe that's why it is normally considered a low tier, because it's so slow and it's very easy to displace compared to, say, an E-Leader.
Now that I'm thinking about it, the only bomb that TPK had to displace a Hydra was Torpedo. And Hydra Splatling laughs at Torpedo. It just shoots it down.
Yeah, Splatlings and Torpedoes are a very easy combination when it comes to getting rid of them as the Splatling player.
We have...
I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but even on mini, Torpedoes aren't a threat at all.
You just one-tap them. Just tap the button once it's gone. But we have Hammerhead Clams. I wonder if we'll see the Hydra back for round 2.
It would not surprise me, especially because I don't think either team really has a charger. It looks like Ritza is coming back in for Jolts.
Clam Blitz is a Hammerhead Bridge, not Clam Blitz. Hammerhead Bridge is a very long-range favorite map. So I'm expecting to see that Hunter Splatling again.
And you know, Ritza on the Kraken Roller, beacons are pretty important on this map because it takes like 7 years to get to mid just swimming into your base, and it takes like 5 years to get to the clam basket from your spawn.
It's a very long map. Very, very long map. Very big map. Beacons are vital.
It definitely is. I'm assuming that is why Ritza is being put back in. And the key here is, I am kind of taking this from the commentary from our match yesterday when I went and rewatched that stream. You need to be very coordinated when you take your pushes here. You need to work together as a team.
Even right now,
to make sure you have enough clams to push up.
It is 2-1 in favor of TPK. So if Bentley manages to win here, the set will be tied.
Yes, it would. Yes, it would. And, you know, given that it is Clam Blitz on Hammerhead, it isn't that hard to lock out, but it is very stalemate heavy before any lockouts are able to happen. Looks like we're getting started here. Same comp as Zone's Ramen on the side of Bentley, but with Vanilla Dreadringer instead. Interesting that they're pulling out the Reef Slider here.
Because this is like the one map where you want to have Dreadringer D over Vanilla Dread.
And the expected comp from TPK with the Zap 52 Jet and Kraken Roller getting an early ball here from on the side of TPK as well as Wales. The Kraken Roller goes down.
Again, TPK is still lacking on displacements. But I don't think it's be as big of a deal this time because they're not coming up against that oppressive Hydra
Right, they just... Well, there is no Hydra Splatwing, so it might not be that bad, although it looks like they are going to push. Instead of throwing the ball, they try to shoot at the Vac. Probably should have thrown the ball in first. Oh, but then I spoke too soon. Oh, and the wipeout on the side of Bentley. It looks like TPK is going to use this opportunity to counter push. Kev, the backline holding forward into the other team's base, only to be stopped by the Dreadringer.
This map is very hard to push on.
Using the Vac, they are trying to make something happen here. If they're able to get...
We'll get it in.
But then they go 2 down. If they're able to get that other power climb in... I spoke too soon.
That is a dead push from TPK. They're going to get in as fast as possible, but the beacons allowing TPK to get right back into the fight.
Yes, that is why beacons are so important on this map. If you don't have them and you wipe out, it is very slow to get back into mid. Ritza overextending just a little bit, going down. And yeah, I mean, stalemate fest. That's kind of what most of this map boils down to an extent.
Okay, is also just
Bentley having a bit of an advantage. Looks like they are trying to make something happen. It's like they go 2 down, but it looks like they're going to try and make this push anyway. They go 3 down. It is just the Dreadringer. Vac is out on the side of TPK. Oh. Looks like they're trying to use the box. Or, nope. And they get marker killed by Kev.
You know,
I think, you know, our super cool local Big Swig main, PSU Arc-10, has kind of desensitized me to marker kills. But, yeah. Once again, back in a stalemate. Zuko coming out. Able to find one.
An issue here for TPK is, again, a lack of strong specials.
Yeah.
Because they had the back for pushing in, but other than that, they don't really have much, whereas...
We are seeing a bit of a turnaround here where the lack of aggression now is on the side of...
And with the Kraken Roller.
We love seeing people get squished by rollers. Oh, 3 down on the side of Bentley. Now is TPK's chance to score.
And they make it in.
And they do. They get the lead.
Oh, the
Kraken coming out on the side of
pushing in.
Ritza. Looks like she's going down, though. That is very unfortunate. Although this, while that is a huge lead for TPK, though, if they are able to, although if Bentley is able to get another push here, oh, and the wipeout.
Ooh,
This
that
isn't good for
devastating
TPK.
For TPK.
Because I think,
And,
yep.
Ooh, Bentley might be
Yeah,
able to knock out here.
they're getting a lot of points here.
But what are the clams?
Bentley might be able to get a wipeout here if that Jet Squelcher is able to come in with more clam. They need one more clam.
One clam.
They need one clam.
Bentley knocks
It looks
out.
like their Dreadwinger's coming in, and they're able to get that knockout.
The set is now tied.
Yeah, they come back and they are able to tie the set. It looks like we have seen a complete 180 when it comes to the aggression, where now Bentley is able to use, or have been more aggressive by comparison.
A lot of it is that TPK is lacking in lethal bombs and aggressive specials. And Bentley had an abundance of those in the last set.
That is true. Because, I think TPK just has a lot of defensive specials. That, or they just aren't able to use those specials in order to push in and take space. Like, they had displacement in the form of, like, whales. Kraken is more of a control special. Vac is defensive. And what was the fourth one?
TPK is operating effectively with just whales for displacements.
Right. It might have honestly been better to have had strikes in that instance. I'm not saying that just because I'm a big strikes fan, because I play 52 as well. But it almost would have probably been better to have a Bubblewrap on T-Tech, since you can use the strikes to push the other team back more effectively, and then you can use them to take space right under the basket as well.
Or even just have Amia play a more long range weapon. This is a very long range favorite map.
Well, I think Amia likes playing with Tacticooler. I believe that's why they've been on Zap.
I don't know. At the very least, head it. Longer range, more reliable.
I'll let you suggest that to them. Okay, going back to zones on Ship Shape, Cargo Co. I think this is my favorite map mode in this whole map list.
Reflux Deco map. Very fun for Reflux Deco, my favorite weapon.
Not the slider cheese.
Get slider cheese, and also Reflux Deco is just really good at painting the zone in this map.
Well, I guess Reflux in general is just really good at painting.
The geometry of this map is specifically suited to help Reflux win.
I mean, Tri-Slosher could also be good here, because you can sit on the bridge, slosh over the edge. You can paint a big chunk of the zone there. So, like, buckets, Reflux. I have a feeling we will be seeing the usual Zap, Jet Squelcher. Maybe Kev would pull out X-Blow here?
Question is, will we see the Hydra Splatling return? Because
my guess is no.
If you Bentley get the Hydra Splatling on TBK's bridge, then TBK is going to have a hell of a time pushing back in.
I definitely will, although that would be up to Bentley's ability to be able to get that bridge, as that is a key position.
Jolts is back in. And Jolts loves playing Gold Arrow Spray.
Oh, he's going to pull out the Arrow Slay.
We may be seeing some Booyah Bomb spam.
Nah, Jolts would play for kills, trust. He'll get the highest KAD. And
Forge Pro.
Seeing a Forge Pro, and nope, we're seeing
Custom X-Blow.
More Viper, and back to the T-Tech, and yep, X-Blow. Yeah, Bentley not changing their comp much besides the Forge Pro. But TPK, we are seeing a lot of different
this time Bentley is running
here.
the slider for that slider cheese. The question is, are they running special power up to cheese the zone?
Well, I guess we probably should have checked when the weapons were up. That is probably at least part of the idea there. TPK able to retake the zone after an early cap from Bentley, although it looks like since they went 2 down, Bentley's able to retake the zone here. Although Bentley seemingly isn't really able to push up into their side of mid, opting to try and take the bridge instead.
Bentley has taken TPK's bridge though. But TPK's
they are trying to take it back, although with the splashdown and the hammer.
That's a lot of resources to take that position back. Splashdown
Yeah, they probably,
on this zone goes hard.
They probably only needed to use the hammer there, if anything. They're able to retake the zone, but then the slider comes out.
But
not able to do much.
Capitalize
oh,
off it.
Bentley goes 3 down. Now is TPK's chance to try and take some space here. Kev opting to take their bridge.
See, TPK is pushed up into Bentley's mid right now.
Yep, TPK they're able to take up space now. The only question is, are they able to keep it? With the strikes coming in, it looks like Bentley is trying to contest the zone here. Somehow it has not been neutralized, the splashdown coming out. It looks like TPK is able to secure that zone. Yeah, the Explo is very oppressive here. Up the slider trying to come out.
And down on the slider weapons. They are not running a lot of special power up. Like, this is a map you need special power up on in order to cap the zone.
Of course, you'd be the slider cheese expert.
I am the expert on slider cheese.
Oh my god.
Not running that special power up's gonna hurt Bentley here a lot.
Right. Although it looks like the zone went back and forth a bit. Bentley able to take back control, trying to take TPK's bridge here.
TPK managed to neutralize the strikes. Question is, will they
neutralize it?
And they do.
Yeah, Bentley wasn't able to take as much space as they needed. Now they're being forced to back up. They go 2 down to a bomb. Insane play. 3 down on the side of Bentley. Last one.
And that delayed overstamp. Getting a pick and capping
that is a delayed wipe. TPK takes space. Yeah.
Styx Warrior is getting picks.
The Styx Warrior. Yeah, that was an insane hammer play from Jolts. It looks like they're trying to get another hammer. Kev opting to instead hold down their bridge. They do have a splashdown.
Cheese the zone here. So if you
yeah, it looks like they were opting to hold it, but then they go down. They've lost that splashdown. Looks like Bentley is able to retake the zone here. 3 down on the side of TPK. That is not good. The last one.
It's just Jolts.
It's just the
and out comes the hammer. But will we find any picks? No.
Here comes the hammer. TPK is trying to come back. But looks like Bentley is attempting to try and lock them out here.
Bentley has finally decided to push up.
TPK needs to be careful not to avoid a stagger.
But TPK is retaking their bridge though. Ooh, getting some nice picks.
An aggressive play, but they are going to lose the lead.
They lose the lead, but take the zone back.
Yeah, they do.
TPK last 10 seconds before they get their lead back.
Although Bentley goes 2 down, this is a good opportunity for TPK to try and regain their lead with only a minute left on the clock. And it looks like that Booyah Bomb hit a wall. Yep, they got their lead back. The strikes and the slider coming out.
And slider caps the zone.
Flip the zone. Splashdown going out to try and retake the zone.
It's down the wire here.
Ooh, this is close. Nice torpedo. Well, no, that was from the Explo.
It's hard to tell. TPK is lagging a bit on our end. But TPK takes the zone back.
TPK able to raise that penalty, although it looks like Bentley's going to take the zone here. The zone
back and forth seesaw match.
It's flipping.
Neither of them are able to hold the zone here.
Yeah, neither are really able to hold the zone or get an advantage as Bentley throwing everything they have at the zone here.
Bentley has the zone. The question is, can they hold it
overtime.
For overtime?
We are seeing overtime. Hammer coming out on the side of TPK, and they are able to cap the zone, giving game 3 to TPK.
Hammer is often seen as a lower tier special, but again, in these lower divisions, people are not as good at shooting down Hammer here. And Hammer can get a lot of action and put out a
And
lot
you're
of
gonna see
as well.
the 3 deep cut emotes coming out.
So now, TPK is proving that no, they have what it takes to win. And I believe they're now going 3-2.
It is 3-2. TPK needing, I believe, 2 more wins?
TPK wins 1 more match, and they win the sets.
Okay, I can't do math. Yep, this is
next
match
one is
point.
Tower Control Inkblot.
This is match point for TPK.
Question is,
They are able
does
to win this.
TPK know the importance of bats?
Amia, please play Tri-Slosher here. Please play Tri-Slosher. It's so good on this map. Anyway.
Question in my mind is, will TPK focus in on bats? As every competitive player knows, bats is crucial to winning this map. For those who don't know what bats is, it is that little area in your spawn right above the platform where a tower goes. Holding bats, you can prevent the enemy team from pushing you off the tower and effectively get the second checkpoint for free.
Right, it's very crucial because it is essentially right next to the second checkpoint, and it's the main defensive position that the other team will want to take. So if you are able to get into the enemy bats and hold it while your team is pushing past that first checkpoint, you essentially win the game.
Whip here, they're in a sub-Jolts out and put Ritza in.
I think they're probably wanting the beacons.
I think personally, I'm a bigger fan of Viper here because Viper could ledge peek on this map. This map is very big for ledge peeking. Like you ledge peek in both bats and the enemy plat. I'm a huge fan of like Swiffer, Stamper, and other sorts of buckets on this map. Very strong bucket map. Very strong ledge peeking.
Yeah, it definitely is. Although I'd almost argue if you have a bucket or Stamper, you may want to just use those to take bats as the main areas that the other team will use to try and take bats back. You can easily poke at using a Splatana or say Tri-Slosher.
Oh, and Ritza
left the room. Looks like we're sticking with the same comp then. Please play Tri-Slosher. Please play Tri-Slosher.
Well, Jolts play Gold Air Spray. You know you want a Jolts. It would be very funny.
It would be very funny. Game 7 Jolts Arrow Slay. If TPK does win here, then the last game would be just for fun, because I believe they are doing play all.
I'm going to mention, though, is that Kevin loves playing Range Blaster. And Tower Control Plus is the Range Blaster's best mode. It'd be very oppressive here if Kev plays it well.
I would be surprised if he doesn't pull out one of the 2 Range Blasters here.
Question is, the Kraken Blaster or the Wavebreaker Blaster? I personally prefer the Wavebreaker one, as the Suction Bomb is easier to get on the tower, and the Wavebreaker is just a quick ink tank refill.
I think that is the one that he would probably end up playing here. As for Bentley, I have a feeling we'll probably see the T-Tech and the Custom Jet again, as I believe those 2 weapons have been consistent throughout every single match. We may see the Wavebreaker, we may see the Dreadringer again, because correct me if I'm wrong, one of the Dreadringer kits does have Suction Bomb. I forget which one it is.
That's the vanilla Dreadringer kits. Vanilla Dread has Slider and Suction Bomb.
Right, so it's possible we might see that again. As for their fourth weapon,
option here. Because that Booyah Bomb is a GG when you have
Right, I think we probably will see at least Booyah Bomb or Strikes on either side here. Well, we're seeing a very different comp on the side of Bentley. And no GG special on the side of TPK.
That might be a game-losing blunder here. But
not necessarily. You don't really need a GG special
Emphasis on the word might.
Right. Yeah, so Bentley pulling out the Custom Junior and the Vanilla Heavy Edit. They do have a T-Tech, though, for those GG Strikes, and we're seeing TPK getting an early push with 2 down on the side of Bentley.
Ooh, and they take bats.
Yep,
as you were saying, bats
going into those bats. They know what they're doing.
I think Bentley made a huge mistake here picking C Junior instead of V Junior. Because the bubble was very nice on tower in zones. Certain zones in tower.
That is true, and especially with the vac on the crab, although it looks like Kev getting pushed into a bad position. 3 down on the side of TPK. Ice broke too soon.
First checkpoint and reaches the second, but then he gets pushed out. And Bentley does have a nice cooler.
Yeah, they do. They are probably going to try and make something happen here, although their junior goes down. Jolts playing very aggressively here, trying to find picks.
Yes. TPK lacks a lot of aggressive specials, so they need to rely on that wiper to get in.
Not necessarily. They could also utilize the cooler as well. Crab going out on the side of Bentley. They are going to be losing the edit. Trying to make something happen here. We are in a pretty heavy stalemate.
But Bentley does not have control of mid. Without control of mid, you can't push up and get on the tower.
Strikes coming out, although they aren't really able to push off of that. E-Tech going down on the side of Bentley. TPK is getting pushed back pretty far, though opting to push up when they are 1 down. It is just the wiper. 3 down on the side of TPK. Jolts.
Wipe out.
Not the total party
very nice push here, but they are not pushing into bats. That is a huge blunder on Bentley's part. TPK to walk into bats.
They are pushing. Or no, it is. It looks like they tried to push into bats, but they weren't fast enough.
They were too slow.
Oh, but then with the 3 down on the side of TPK, they are going to lose the lead here.
Bentley just played very slow and cautiously. But it seems
to be working out for them, as they are able to take and hold bats, and they are getting to that 3rd checkpoint. TPK able to. TPK trying to stop them, but they go 3 down. Last is the Jet. But they aren't really able to do much as they get rushed down by the T. Oh, they managed to get the T-Jet. Oh, but it wasn't enough.
TPK managed to hop on the tower.
There was a bloodbath. Last is the 52. Another wipeout.
Knock out here if TPK is knocked out.
They might be able to. They have to. TPK needs to try and not panic here and rush in frantically.
Problem is TPK is lacking in those tower cleaning specials. Those missiles, strikes, booyah bomb.
Yeah, I think they should have played strikes here. But with the wave breaker on the tower, it looks like that is a knockout, and now we are back to 3-3.
Huge issue of TPK's comps is they lack the displacement specials you need in a lot of modes. Not a lot of strikes, no booyah bomb, no missiles. Those are your 3 main specials to clean the tower off and stop an enemy.
Yeah, I definitely think they should have pulled out the T-Tech here, because having those strikes on the tower would have been very useful. But we are going to a Game 7 winner take all on Manta Maria Rainmaker.
Ooh, that's a very interesting map. Manta Maria Rainmaker is a bit more short-range weapon favored map.
Yeah, although I think you and I both know of a certain guy who is the Rainmaker main who loves this map mode. Mostly because...
Will you, Bentley, and TPK go for the short jump over the water, or the long way around, through the choke point?
Now, that kind of builds off of my little comment from earlier, because normally it would be better to push left. It's a less risky play, since you aren't jumping over a ledge, right? And it's easier to push in from there.
And we have no substitutes.
If you want to go the risky way and go right, there's less area for you to work with when you're pushing in, which is why it is usually better to push left. But it is easier to get it is a shorter distance to get the Rainmaker to that ledge, where I personally think if you're able to drop the Rainmaker off of that ledge, you're in a pretty good spot.
They're given Jolts here, plays Viper. Viper is primo for breaking open the Rainmaker.
Right, especially with that hammer. Hammer, I think, can be pretty good at pushing up when it comes to taking that kind of street area between, that is right behind the checkpoints.
Street area is very narrow, and the hammer is very large. There isn't anywhere to move around the hammer in that street.
Right. Well, yeah, I mean, that's why the hammer would be good there, because if you pull out the hammer and the other team is there, they don't have a lot of space to move around it. All right, let's get into our Game 7. Another very different comp. A Nautilus and a Mid Decav. And pulling out the T-Tech. I almost would have thought it would be better to have the 52 here and the Octo Shot in the last game.
52 is nice here, because the walls will block so much of these small and narrow choke points.
Right, especially with the whale.
Here. And Zappis is
T-Tech can still work.
It's 3v1.
I mean, I'm making these comments just because those are weapons that I play. Bubblewrap, I will pick on you specifically because you made the mistake of choosing my main weapons. That is a joke.
Yes, TPK has a fact that they're not easy to push up with the Rainmaker.
Yeah, it looks like, but they lose that hammer and they are getting pushed back here. Two down on the side of TPK.
Down too.
Kev making a risky push.
Will it work? But will we get it in time?
Kev somehow making out of this alive. Spoke too soon? Kev, we are going to be making fun of you for that for the rest of time.
Man, it was recorded on live television. Embarrassing.
The splashdown finding 2.
That's devastating.
3 down on the side of TPK. Last is the Jet, able to take a pick, but they aren't going to lose that first checkpoint. The Vac coming out, TPK trying to make something happen. But the Decav. Decav finding 2. Once again, the last one is the Jet. I think TPK is playing a little frantically here. I think they realize that this is a Game 3 and winner take all. I could imagine the nerves.
The stakes are high.
Yeah. Anyway, one going down on the side of TPK, although it is looking like they are able to push them back.
Stamp.
But they go down.
That was almost a triple. That would have been amazing for TPK if they pull that off.
TPK opting to grab the Rainmaker here, the Decav trying to push into.
But that bubble is holding their position. TPK can't push past the bubble, and they lose the Rainmaker.
Right. Decav trying to push up, 2 down on the side of Bentley.
As someone who plays a lot of
back with the strikes.
As someone who plays a lot of Ultra Stamp, something I've noticed with TPK is they are not using. Is that with Stamp, you want to shark in with Stamp, pop it behind a wall, shark in, and then hit the enemy. You don't charge in, or he's going to get shot and killed.
Right.
And it's something that Jolts
get in contact with Andrew, the Stamp expert. Looks like TPK is able to take advantage of a 3-down situation to get that first checkpoint. Although they go 2 down and immediately are forced to back up. Bentley opting to grab the Rainmaker, 2 down on the side of TPK. In comes another hammer.
But I don't think they're
last one alive. They go down.
Again, with Ultra Stamp, you do not want to charge in with the Stamp. You shark in.
Right. Maybe that's something you should harass Jolts about. The Nautilus able to force a vac out.
This match.
The Nautilus forcing a vac out. 3 down on the side of Bentley. And a total party kill. I wish I was making that joke sooner. That was TPK's.
Quick and get the lead while they can.
Yep, this is TPK's opportunity to take the lead, which they do.
And they drop it. That's huge.
That is huge, although they are going 3 down after a pretty...
Dropping that Rainmaker is super hard on this map. But once that's down, they have a decisive lead.
A good pick from Amia there. And then... and a huge push. Bentley is really going to need to make something happen in this last minute if they want to try and regain that lead.
Started smashing if it was over for TPK. But now, TPK has a huge lead on them. And Bentley are the ones that need to push in and reclaim their honor.
Oh yeah, Rainmaker, anything can happen. We get, let's see, one goes down to the Zap. That coming out.
The VAC. May have an odd choice. You want to use the VAC.
Oh, it looks like they're going left.
Because it's a exact reason.
And they were able to
walk right past the vacuum.
That was a huge pick on the vac there, or on the fish there. I mean, splashdown coming out. Oh, the mint decav. Oh, that's 2 down on the side of TPK. They're gonna need to regroup pretty quickly if they want to stop this push.
And they have a bubble.
The Nautilus goes down, and the fish goes down, and that's a total party kill to end out this set with a TPK win.
TPK, lowest seed, complete upset, defeats the number 1 seed.
That is definitely an upset in this 4-2 win, and I think it is, funnily enough, very fitting that they won with a total party kill.
It was a well-earned upset victory for TPK. That last match was incredibly close. They could have gone either way.
I think they were able to show, like, hey, we may be a brand new team, but, you know, we can hold our own against these more experienced teams that were expected. And that, hey, maybe we're actually, we're able to, win against these higher seeded teams, at least to show that they are, at the very least, very evenly matched, or in this case, better than these teams that were seated above them.
Anyways, in retrospect, some thoughts on both teams. You know, TPK, you know, lacking a lot of the aggressive specials to get you in. They make up for it with strong main weapons.
Yep, strong main weapons, being able to have a fairly strong defense as well.
A lot of defense, but they play aggressively.
Yeah.
Whereas Bentley had a lot of those more aggressive specials, but were playing very defensively.
No, they weren't able to really take advantage of any, advantages that they were able to get. I feel like, at least not fast enough. But anyway, this was a very close set, an entertaining set, and congratulations to PSU Total Party Kill for the win. It was very close.
And we should also mention that later tonight, we will be streaming the PSU Blue versus Drexel Gold Dragons.
That will be on the official CCA channel. Keep an eye on that. And if you haven't already, you should check out the PSU Fever stream from yesterday. Shameless plug. I believe that's on Vapor's channel. And thank you to Nikki for being the streamer for today.
As one final message,
very cool.
Jolts, you're getting a lecture on how to use hammer. I don't want to see you charging like that ever again.
Oh boy. Jolts, be careful. But yeah. Thanks for tuning in. That was an amazing set. And yeah.